Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to Lockport Township's monthly meeting for February. I'd like to start out tonight with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Start tonight's meeting out with the roll call of officers.
Collector Lance McCullough.
Here.
Trustee Mike Lewandowski.
Here.
Trustee John Bodisich.
Present.
Assessor Debbie Mason. Here. Supervisor Ron Alberico.
Present.
Highway Commissioner John Shalinski.
Here.
Trustee Barb Boyce. Here. Trustee Dean Morelli.
Here.
Attorney Mueller is with us.
Present.
And myself.
All right, thank you. Everybody should have in their packet meeting minutes of the monthly meeting July 9th. I do need a motion to approve the minutes. I got a motion by Barbara Boyce. Second. And second by Janet Bodisich. Any questions of the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's it. All right, you do have bills for the Highway Department of $196,808.31. Do you need a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Dean.
I'll second it.
I got a second by Barbara Boyce. Any questions of tonight's bills?
Yeah, John, I do. I noticed a couple things, but Morris Engineering, I see that, and I've raised this question several times on FEMA.
Yes.
And I see FEMA appeal, so I'm going to assume that they were denied.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that in my report. I can do that now, or I can wait till the report. It's up to you.
Reports on.
Okay.
And then also, on some of the bills, I just seen some weird things. I know I don't have a vote or nothing like that, but I see boxer briefs, leather belt, towels, or even cupcakes, ketchup and mustard. Is that something they typically
We got a couple different line items there. The clothing was for uniforms. They get a uniform allowance. I mentioned it in the previous meeting. They get $150 a year clothing allowance. That was when I was talking about going to Big R, and you mentioned that you'd like to see us at Blaine's.
And I appreciate that, and I think that's a great thing for the guys, but again, like a belt or underwear, is that something I think?
Well, let me ask you, do you wear a belt and underwear to work? I mean, they don't have, I'm not trying to be sarcastic.
Oh, no, it sounds like
but here's the thing, they get a clothing allowance, and what I tell them is as long as it's clothes that you're going to be wearing, that's fine. Now, if there's a Weber barbecue grill on there, okay, well then you're not using your clothing allowance properly. But usually what happens is boots, they get $150 a year. Lockport Township gives, Joliet Township gives $300. The city gets $500. But what happens if you buy a pair of boots for $125? You're left over with $25, so to use it up, they'll buy socks, underwear, they'll buy gloves, whatever they think they need to spend.
So if they had 150, you're saying there's no limitation to what they can purchase?
As long as it's clothes that they can use for work. Some of them buy blue jeans. A couple of them, boots.
I mean, you can see where, if anyone looks on that, that looks a little weird, and pardon my voice.
No, I haven't heard them hearing it. Well, I understand maybe from somebody who's not familiar with how stuff works, that might look a little.
Don't throw me like I'm not familiar.
I'm saying, you just mentioned you would see how the public would think that's a little weird, and I was agreeing that yes, somebody who is in the public that doesn't understand how the clothing allowance works, yes, that would definitely be a question that may be raised.
So like, my question is that, I know we've never had an allowance before. When did you begin that?
When I took over in 13, I believe. It might have been 14, because I took over May of, it had to be probably year 14. Yes, that's
I don't
correct.
remember seeing anything like this in any of the bills that have come through.
The first couple of years, they went to working year here in Lockport, and then when Big R opened up, they all went over there to kind of look on their own and says, hey, they've got a lot of working year type stuff there. Would you mind if we go there? Big R offered a pretty good discount. Actually, their first purchases was half off. I remember bringing that up in the meeting, so they were actually getting $300 worth of clothes for $150. So yeah, that's, I felt like that was important. These guys are tearing up 150 and some of these boots go over $200. I was at Sears the other day looking at work boots and they're like $260 for a pair of boots. But like I said, Lockport gets $500. All the other townships, I talked to other highway commissioners, and the ones I talk to give a clothing allowance more than we do.
Just the highway department gives clothing allowance, so not other employees don't get clothing allowances?
The person that, the workers in the back get clothing allowance. I do not get a clothing allowance. Fran and Linda do not get clothing allowances. When I buy t-shirts for them, because that's something that I purchase, sweatshirts, t-shirts they wear on the road. I have purchased a t-shirt for the girls up front. They asked if they could have one, and I didn't have a problem with that.
So what is the sports huddle uniforms?
That was the t-shirts.
Oh.
Basically, he puts the logos on there for like $2. The hats were $4 for embroidery, and the shirts were $2 to get the stamp on there.
Jan, I think, in my employment, I get a clothing allowance, and there are some limitations. We have to look a certain way, but I think just that one item of, I just think maybe.
Which item you're referring to, the boxer briefs?
Briefs, yeah. It's
Well, like I said,
push that's,
yes, these guys are sometimes full of tar, full of grease, and, it soaks through the clothes. I don't have a problem with that as long as it's something they can wear at work, and the reason why is, like I said, if they buy a pair of boots for $120, and then they've got some odds and ends, and they can,
I understand.
to use up that extra $10,
I don't know, wish they would buy wool socks or something,
Well, some of them have bought wool
more
socks.
so than that category.
So do they go purchase it and turn in the receipts?
Yes, absolutely. Each person turns in a receipt with their name on it.
You get so much, obviously so much a year.
I know.
You use it up at a certain time.
So how do you keep track of how much they use? Do you have a,
Generally, what happens is they'll go out one time and spend that $150 and sign their name to a receipt. I have had a couple of people where they went and then kind of couldn't decide. They had like $30 left, and I said, well, let's just get it done, so that we're not dragging that out.
If they, let's say they're up to $150, and tomorrow they go out and they get tar all over their clothes, do you have a reimbursement for that also? Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Because, well, actually, that's something they need to look into. If they do purchase it and they do rack those clothes where they can't wear them again, then it's, go back to Big R or
Yeah, I never thought of that. Because then yeah.
they go over, but it's the result of an action that took place at work.
Yeah. You know what, I'll think about it. Yeah, let me,
Benefit for the guys.
I'll run that. That's a pretty good idea.
I kind of relate that to, I know in the trade, when I was in the trades in a nuclear site, if you got your clothes radioactive, your boots became radioactive, they will reimburse you. But it's your own personal money that you spent. I mean, if the highway department bought you a coat, and it got full of oil, they wouldn't buy another coat. If it was your own personal coat, and you wrecked it on work time.
But if their boots have holes in them, and they try to get new ones, then you just have to be a judge of that.
Yeah, I kind of never thought about it that way. I figured 150 was good. I'd like to up that a little bit more, but that's just something we're kind of throwing around at this point in time.
Any other questions of the bills?
Yeah, just one more. Bonic Engineering, was that for the roads or for that bridge that you were?
I'm sorry?
Bonic Engineering.
Yeah, that's for the, we went out for bid in the fall for repaving Thornton, McGregor, and McCameron. And so we got, pardon?
That's the payoff to the engineer.
That's the engineer fee. Basically what happened was the weather turned and Gallagher was still making pavement and they said we can finish it up this year like I wanted to, but you know, I talked to the engineer and we just felt it'd be better. There's 2 streets left to pave and we just thought, let's do it the right way. So basically that is a portion of what the Gallagher bill is. He gets a percentage when you do road work. I think it's 6.5%.
It is 6.5, and I had a question on that, John, because when
Sure.
this bill came through, excuse me, at 6.5%, the bill for Gallagher was actually $131,029.85. He's got that the rate was $137,926.16, which calculates out to $89.65. But if you calculate it based on Gallagher asphalt, the invoice.
Do you have the invoice with you?
I do.
I don't have. If you look down here to 137,926.
So
They subtract, yes, they subtract a 5% holdback.
Okay.
So this is the actual purchase. We're gonna pay this because we're holding back the 6% or 5%, so that it's kind of like, I don't know, do you guys have a holdback for your building? It's like a 10%. So yeah, this holdback is like, okay, is everything in the spring? We're gonna revisit that road and then say, okay, are we good with that section? Then they're gonna bill us for that other 6.
So, in addition to that, there's another bill coming from Gallagher?
Yes, I believe when we opened the bids in your office, it was, what was that, about 200,000 or something? It was close, about 197. So yeah, we have 2 more. They did all the culverts and we have 2 more streets to pave. They did the curb work. They fixed some of the stormwater drains. And so they just kind of patched around those with asphalt until we can get out there and actually do the road.
And what does the engineer do for that amount of money? I mean, it's gotta be nice to have an itemized bill of what he does for $10,000.
Sure. Basically, the engineer's responsibility when we're doing roads is he'll go out and take all the measurements and he puts the bid packet together. He gives me an estimate beforehand so that, you know, we don't say, okay, I'm gonna do these 6 roads and I've got 200,000, it's 800,000, it's just a waste of time. So he gives us an estimate, and then while the work is being done, he's the one who kind of tallied up that bid sheet that I gave you. And then when the work is done, he's actually out there every single day. He gets the weigh tickets. Now, the way the bids work on roads, and this is a great question because it's a lot of people may not understand, is they're giving you an estimate by, let's say, 1.5 inches of surface and 1 inch of binder. It's X amount of miles or square feet. So what his big project is he's out there during the actual laying down of the asphalt, and every truck that comes by to dump asphalt gives them a weight ticket. And then he takes all the weights and finds out how much they paid for that day, and he's making sure you're getting your 1.5 inches of asphalt, because there's no way of really knowing with the compression ratio and everything that they could put an inch down. As a matter of fact, I think years ago in the city, somebody was, you know, wanting 2 inches of asphalt, and they were getting 1 inch, and the roads weren't holding up. You know, that was quite a while ago, probably back in the 80s, but...
Would it be possible to ask him if he could do an itemized bill then? Because I think that would just be a good...
Sure.
Instead of just having a total amount on here?
Yes, I think most of his itemized bill is going to be hours he spent doing the calculations, but I mean, we can get something for you, absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other questions of the bills? Can I have a roll call, please?
Lewandowski?
Yes.
Spadacek?
Yes.
Alberico?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Morelli?
Yes.
All right. Any citizens here wishing to address the board for the Highway Commissioner? Seeing none, I would go on to the Highway Commissioner's report.
Yes, thank you very much. I guess I'll start with the FEMA. We got approval for a FEMA grant to do the high road culvert, and it's very complicated and long. I would be more than happy to stay here and explain to everybody. I have no problem with that. But we applied for the FEMA grant. We did the project. We paid for it. The good news is we saved enough money in the budget that we were able to pay for it, so it's paid for. But they came back and said the FEMA grant, the FEMA funds were denied. And so we are in the process of appealing because the engineering company, I took direction from the engineering company on how all this stuff works. It's my first FEMA grant stuff and it's very complicated. I spoke to Gary Mueller about some questions that we had. In all fairness to Gary, he did not see the grant, but you know, I took some advice from Gary, and so we can't figure out for the life of us why they denied it. So we are appealing that process. The engineering company is talking to their attorneys and other people in their group to find out why it was denied. And I mentioned to Gary today we might be pulling him into those meetings. So I'll keep you guys posted. We have no idea. We did everything correctly, we felt like, and when I told them we were appealing, they said, okay, well, we'll wait for the written appeal. So I'll keep you posted on that. We just don't understand. So that's that, the FEMA. Well, we haven't had much snow, so that's good and bad. I'd rather have the snow than the rain. I know that might sound bad. Usually people don't want the snow, but this rain with the freeze and the saturation of the grass and everything, we're getting some flooding issues, and it's just a matter of, you know, the ditches are full of water, and it's just until it can soak down. So maybe I don't want snow instead of rain, but you know, we can put the snow off the side of the road and throw some salt. We're getting rid of that flooding problem. It's just really a Mother Nature waiting game. What else is going on? Oh, I got some exciting news. You know, I got a FOIA not too long ago for all my paid bills, and you know, Denise is the FOIA person, and that's a ton of work since 2013 to get all that stuff together. I had somebody else FOIA some stuff, but kind of on a little slower pace. So I added a bunch of, let me clarify, I talked to the website folks, and I'm adding a bunch of stuff to the website. All my paid bills will be on there from 13, like all these paid lists. I'm putting all my bank statements up there, the recaps. We added a photo gallery, so we talked a little bit about the flag contest that we had, and the memorial of the Eagle Scout project. We had the tire recycling event where we had 34 municipalities came and brought their tires. We recycled about 6,000 tires in 2 days. So there's pictures of that, and just pictures of the guys working. I plan on just throwing a bunch more stuff, all of the bids that we went out for the roads, and I just figured if you know, instead of going through the trouble of FOIAing it, I don't even know if we've got that one done. That's a lot of work. But
we did get that done. And did you say you had another small FOIA that came in?
No. Somebody mentioned that they were FOIAing my bills a little along, so I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to throw them on there.
We've had quite a few FOIAs over the last year or so.
Yep. So I think the best idea for me was, and to save the township hours of work, we'll just put them out there. That's all public information. I'm really excited to have that stuff out there. So
it is all in our financial reports too that are online.
Oh, every single one of these, or?
It's just not in that order.
Oh, okay. Maybe I did something redundant, but it was supposed to go live today. I called the guy, I couldn't get a hold of him, so hopefully this week we'll be going live with all that stuff. So, I think that's about it.
All right.
It's a long meeting for me.
I got one more.
Yes, sir.
Riley and Green Garden, there's a light pole that's basically ready to snap in half, leaning over. We're actually there today. It just occurred, so I think you have to call ComEd.
Yeah.
And then, so if you want to take a look at southeast, I guess it was.
We had a couple of accidents out there.
This was just.
Oh, this is just getting.
It's
rotten.
right.
Oh, jeez.
The report I got today from.
I will have that call in the morning.
Take a look at it tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Ronnie, I have one more. I have to do this in town. Since day one, since I've been here, this thing can't bother me. Now, you said we had a denial letter. Was there any monies collected on that at all?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Is there any monies collected on that FEMA for the high road culvert at all?
No, there was a two-part. Everything was because of a storm. So there was two parts to that FEMA grant. The first part, we did collect about $23,000, and that was for the cleanup of the branches and the use of the trucks and all that stuff.
Now, here's my problem with this from the beginning. The way I seen it, it was a significant bill. If I remember altogether, it was about $98,000.
94.
$94,000. Now, in that, I didn't see any bid or anything else go out like that. Am I correct?
That's correct.
It was single sourced.
That was what?
It was single sourced. To that
No, that's not
particular
true.
company.
That's not true. Let me go back and explain what happened.
And let me finish and tell you
Sure.
the question. Okay? Now, I understand we have $20,000 or $30,000 over has to go out to a bidding process, correct?
Not for FEMA.
For an emergency,
No, not for FEMA. It's 150,000.
not for an emergency. Under
You're-
township,
Right, but you're
Under
talking about
township.
two different things.
okay, but now see, we paid. FEMA didn't pay, we got paid.
Yes.
So there's my problem. If we're over $20,000 or the $30,000, whatever it is, we did not have a bid process for that to go out to bid.
And that's where the confusion comes in with FEMA. Because we did exactly what they told us to do. We went out, let me explain from the beginning. When we contacted FEMA, they came to my office and they said, how much do you think it's gonna cost? I have no idea. I said, this
FEMA
is
contacted you.
correct. Johnson, I think her name was, or Jackson, I've got her name. So she came to our office to help us with the paperwork. So she said, what I need you to do is tell me approximately what you think it's gonna cost. I said, I don't have any idea, because I've never done any of that work. So we went to Lenny Cox and Sons. They told me to go to just go out and get a bid, or get a quote. So we went to Lenny Cox and Sons, and they gave me a quote a little over $200,000. So I gave that back to FEMA, and they came back with the paperwork and said, absolutely not. We're not accepting that, it's way over. I said, okay, what do we do? And they said, well, paperwork's gonna come and you're gonna have a choice between how you're gonna be able to do this. Okay, so there was a little bit of an emergency involved because a couple of choices are what they call a forced account, meaning that the money is put into a forced account. And we had to use up the funds before July 1st of that year. And I wanted to get it done before buses run because the road was gonna be closed for 2 weeks. So the engineering company recommended that we use this forced account or check that on our application where it's a forced account, meaning we don't have to go out for bid. Now, I was skeptical of that, so that's when I went to Attorney Mueller, and I said, have you ever heard of a forced account? Are they telling me the right things? And he goes, absolutely, I believe. He said, absolutely, this is exactly, or this is something that you can do. So then I followed the Morris Engineering and the advice of Gary Mueller of just knowing that, this happens, and we went that direction. No one knew that this was going to be denied. We followed all the procedures that we were supposed to follow. And so therefore, when it got denied, we're in a process of appealing. Now, I talked to several other highway commissioners. I talked to Morris Engineering, and they said that sometimes these things, and I'm not saying this is what happened, I have no idea, but because the hurricane hit before they approved my FEMA, they said there could be a way of delaying until they get money in the system. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. But that's the whole purpose of the appeal, is I got to find out why it was denied, and I want to appeal that.
And there was nothing on the denial letter?
Morris Engineering has that denial letter, and I have read it, and it was they said it was a process error. So I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about. But I have to take the advice. This is my first FEMA grant. I took the advice of professionals, just like anybody else probably would if they're doing something the first time. I went and talked to our attorney, just like I think my due diligence, to make sure that these professionals who do this, they work with municipalities all over the county, all over several counties. And so I went to our attorney to make sure, because I don't want to do anything wrong. And this is the advice that I have. So when I have more information about why it was denied, I'll be more than happy to share it. I am not perfect by any means. I'm the first guy if I do something
This is just
wrong.
something that, from my day one,
Pardon?
from my day one, it just hit me in the eye. So it's had my interest from,
Absolutely.
The
You've
first
asked me
time I
several
said-
times if we've gotten the money, and if we've gotten the money, and the first time I realized we didn't get the money, the first thing I'm going to do is bring it up in my meeting.
Right.
Because if I don't do something right, or if I make a mistake, I'm going to stick my hand up. I'm not going to blame anybody else.
what I understand, but now the second part that and this is the personal thing that bothers me, is that before we go public in these minutes and even in the newsletter stating that we've claimed those funds.
I never said we claimed the funds. I said I have approval for those funds.
Okay.
And I have the approval letter.
I can show you the newsletter where you claim that we secured the funds. And it was in the minutes here, you told us that we secured the funds.
If I misspoke and said the word, secured, I'd have to go back and see that. I know that we were approved, and I believe I said I approved. I secured money for the Smith Road Bridge,
No.
and I said that. Okay, well then I'll have to look back, and if I said the word secured, it was a bad choice of words, and I'll apologize. But I was very excited to get any kind of
And I know it's a process. I'm with you, and it's painful. And I understand, I'm in construction myself. But the bottom line is that my biggest interest was the fact that FEMA is usually 9 times out of 10 a cleanup. So when I heard denial on this one, this is where I had 1,000 questions, because where did construction come in with cleanup? So the whole thing just has got my interest, and I mean, I would be well up to
it definitely was an eye-opener for me as well.
Okay.
John, do you have documentation to support all that? Because I know I have the grant. I don't have any denial. I don't, from the time you started the project until you filed the claim, is that all documented?
Yes, I will actually, if you'd like, I'll bring you the folder. You can make copies of everything that you need.
That'd be great.
Thank you, John.
Absolutely.
Any other questions? The highway department. Okay. I have nothing else in the meeting. I would call for an adjournment.
Recess.
I'm sorry, thank you very much. I want to explain to everybody, it's not my mistake, this meeting ran a little longer than I expected. This is the end of our fiscal year. The fiscal year ends February 28th, so we have to recess this meeting and reconvene it. We are going to reconvene it on February 27th, 2017 at 7 o'clock in the multi-purpose room 127 in the Lockport Township's new office building at 1463 South Farrell Road, Lockport, Illinois 60441. So I would ask for a recess.
So,
I got a recess. Motion by John Tomasic. Second by Barbara Boyce. All in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. This meeting will be recessed. Okay, moving on. We'll go into our general assistance. In your packet, you should have received the minutes for the monthly meeting of January 9th for general assistance. I need a motion to accept the minutes.
I make the motion.
I got a motion by John Tomasic.
I'll second it.
Second by Barbara Boyce. Do we have any questions of the minutes for general assistance? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, thank you very much. You have the bills of $6,519.90. You need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make the motion.
I got a motion by Barbara Boyce.
Second.
And I got a second by John Tomasic. All right, is there any questions of tonight's bills for general assistance?
Ron, I got just one thing, under miscellaneous,
Mm-hmm.
I see, we purchased some more food carts and Food for Less.
Right.
In the past, we usually purchased from both Burcott's for this side of the river, I think, and Food for Less for the west side.
Right.
I'm just wondering if there was a reason it wasn't split up, or all the people from the west side.
Right now, we still have enough cards from Burcott's for the east side of the river. There's no reason to go buy some right now. We needed some for the west side for the general assistance. So she went out and bought it. We purchased, I think we gave them $25 and $50 each. So it comes to $775, but that's just for the west side, for the general assistance people that request grocery funding for the west side.
Is there a spot where, those are just handed out per?
Well, in general assistance, if a person,
But I see, under like, assistance for utilities, they're listed, ComEd, so I know we assisted paying somebody's ComEd bill, somebody's night court bill, some water bills.
right.
So, I mean, do we know how often we give away these food gift cards?
So each individual case is different. If they request,
Right. But I'm just saying, how do we keep track of when they're gone? I mean,
How do we
there's
track
nothing-
it?
Well,
That's all.
there's nothing on here though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if she gave away, you know, $200 worth of gift cards, then we would know, you know, like you said, they didn't need to purchase any from Burcott's, but they did from Food Less, so obviously we gave all the ones from Food Less away last time. But there's no show
of who they went to,
well, not who they went to, just that they were used, that they were handed out.
or how many,
Yeah, I mean, how many people did we assist with gift cards?
I don't know that, answer to that question right off the top of my head, but I can get that information from you, for you. Because I know it's all tracked as to gift cards, or not gift cards, food cards too.
Okay.
You know, it is all,
So
each individual
right,
general
I'm sure the record
assistance.
of it. I just wondered how often we give them out, how often we do have to be buying, because I know there was a big purchase back in December.
Each individual case, person asks for water, assistance with their water bill, say it's, they're able to get, I believe it's, and don't quote me on the number, but it's like $250 help for a month. If they want $150 on water and $20 on their electric bill and $75 or whatever the remainder on food, that's how we have to give it to them. They get to request how they want their funding. So that's where those food cards go out to, because they request for groceries. And those gift cards are stamped. We do the best we can. There's no alcohol, no tobacco. It's just for food products. You know, we don't go to the store with them, obviously, and we can't enforce. But the stores do have it stamped on it, and we have to rely on the stores to follow that policy. But yeah, some of them decide to take some help in electric, some in their water, and some in food. So that's how they split it up. I could find out for you, we get to the numbers of how many people requested for food, but I don't have that number written down. Does that help satisfy or?
Yeah, good enough.
Any other questions on the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Lewandowski.
Yes.
Odisich.
Yes.
Alberico.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Morella.
Yes.
All right, any citizens requesting to address this board here for general assistance tonight? Hearing none, the only other item I have is the financial aid monthly report. Get down to the bottom, we had 0 emergency general assistance this month, but we do have 8 on general assistance. 5 that, 1 that was reopened, 5 that were requalified, and 2 from last month outstanding appeals. That comes to the 8. I have nothing else in general assistance. I would ask for a recess until February 27th, 2017, 7 o'clock, the multi-purpose room, room 127 at the new building at 1463 South Farrow Road.
So moved.
I got a motion by John Batsich.
I'll second it.
I got a second by Michael Lewandowski. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. We're moving on to our senior meeting, the senior fund. You have the minutes in your packet again of the monthly meeting of January 9th, 2017. I do need a motion to pass the minutes.
Make that motion.
I got a motion by John Batsich.
I'll second it.
I got a second by Barbara Boyce. Any questions in the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. You have the bills of $231,291.57. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
Make that motion.
I got a motion by John Batsich.
I'll second
I
it.
got a second by Barbara Boyce. Any questions on the bills?
Yeah, Ron. Now, I know the percentage comes out of senior fund, but now is this the last and final payments to the payouts for the construction costs for the building?
We have, there are some few little projects that are still, we're waiting on some cylinders for the locks and the outside doors for the PASH construction company, so we're holding back their retainer. It's about a $50,000 retainer that we still owe them that we're going to hold back until they're done. And I believe 13 Construction has a very small retainer with the Bureau General. I don't want to pay them off until PASH is done. So those two will be held until, those are the only outstanding bills.
And what percentage came out of the senior?
It's going to be 60% out of town fund and 40% out of senior. Any other questions on the bill? Can I have a roll call, please?
Lewandowski.
Yes.
Bodison.
Yes.
Alberico.
Yes.
Boyce.
Yes.
Morella.
Yes.
All right, thank you. The only other thing I have in the senior fund, being this is the end of our fiscal year, we'll be starting our new fiscal year March 1st. I am planning in our new budget line item of another $20,000 to be spent on the shingle shots. And I'm planning on starting the year out right for the shingle shots. I'm going to, as of now, March 24th, we're going to have the shingle shots. And this time we are going to be doing them at our new building. Walgreens will come there and we're going to have everybody kill two birds with one stone. They'll be able to see the building and get their shingle shots right there.
So Ron, those immunizations don't have to be refrigerated?
They do, but they will.
They're going to bring it on?
Refrigerator over. Yeah. They said they would do it in our building. But I will, the people on the west side of the river, they do not want to travel over this far. I can understand that. They will still have it at the Walgreens in Christian. So they have both options. But anybody, I would ask anybody in the audience or anybody on TV that's watching this, that if you're interested in free shingle shots, to call my office, 815-838-0380. They will take place at the new Township building, 1463 South Farrell. You will receive a phone call a week prior to your scheduled appointment, so you'll have everything.
So Ron, right now you're set up with the Lockport Walgreens, the Crest Hill Walgreens, excuse me.
Yes.
What about
We are going to start to work with them too.
Great. Thank you.
So that's shingle shots is a pretty popular program we've been doing, and I'm pretty proud of it. So we'll be doing that. So I have no other business in their senior fund. So I would ask for a recess until February 27th at 7 o'clock in our multi-purpose room, 127, Lockport Township's new building at 1463 South Fair. Thank you, John. Motion by John Botsich.
Second.
Second by Dean Morelli. All in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Get down over here to our town fund. All right, again, we have the monthly minutes of January 9th in your packet. I would ask for a motion to pass the minutes.
Motion.
I have a motion by Brian Boyce.
Second.
And a second by John Batson. Excuse me. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much. Bills of $141,805.28. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
I got a motion by John Babsich.
I'll second it.
I got a second by Dean Morelli. Any questions on the bills?
I do have a question, Ron, if you don't mind. That Tobar Snow Professionals, that we contracted with them for snow removal.
Right.
They're on here twice, I believe.
Right.
Did we Is that contract for the full year? I think we talked about
It's for this season,
just the season.
this first season, yes.
Okay.
So just
Because I know we talked to the highway department, they came out once,
It
but,
came out the first time before we had this
and
company.
I don't know if John, you know, we've got not enough trucks to cover our parking lot, but that's why we went with a contracted firm.
Yeah, I can't, you know, that's up to John's department.
No, I know.
Ron and I spoke about that, Ron did approach me, and because I only have 5 full-time guys, and we have 6 truck routes, I do a route. We've got 47 miles of road. To do his parking lot is probably a 2-hour minimum. I would guess by the time you do the sidewalks and the salt. I have no problem doing it. My concern was, and I brought it up to Ron, and that's one of the reasons I think he elected not to, for us to do it. First of all, I have to do the roads first, that's my responsibility. So if we don't get to the parking lot until noon or 1 o'clock and we can't salt, somebody slips and falls, I don't want that liability on me. So I think that's why, one of the reasons, I'm not gonna speak for Ron, but I have 5 full-time guys. And you know, there was always 6 full-time guys in the highway department. When I took over, there was 5. I have no problem with that. I just act like I'm one of the guys and I do the work like the 6th guy. If you remember correctly, I saved enough money after that first year to put a guy on in this board and move money around in my budget and took it out of salaries and put it in equipment. So I wasn't able to hire that 6th guy. So we've been flying with the 5 guys.
So I know when we were here at Central Square, the city always did it outside. So I don't know if you approached the city.
I haven't approached the city.
No, because I don't know if that's an option.
Well, again, for this year, already.
No, I know, for this year, I'm just talking
We're
about
gonna
it.
reevaluate through this summer, and as we get into next season, you know, there's a possibility we might get a pickup truck with a plow in it, and our maintenance man can do it, or,
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
you know.
The
But-
city, I mean, city's gonna be in the same boat, I mean, they're gonna hit the streets
Right.
first, you know, so.
But yeah, I mean,
Our own pickup truck.
being removed into the middle of December, or the end of December, middle of the winter, I want to just make sure the parking lot and sidewalks, and our sidewalks are done by our
Oh, no,
maintenance
that's
man.
right.
They do the shoveling of the sidewalks and the salting of the sidewalks. It's just the plowing and parking lot that they can't shovel that whole parking lot. It's a pretty big parking lot, so
Yeah.
until we get a truck, or we decide to get a truck, or hire it out, or whatever we decide, maybe the city or maybe John, at some point we'll do it. But we'll reinvestigate that as through the summer.
Thank
But
you.
we have good things.
Oh, thank you. I just noticed that.
Any other questions of the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call?
Lewandowski.
Yes.
Badisich.
Yes.
Alberico.
Yes.
Boyce.
Yes.
Morelli.
Yes.
All right. Any citizens here wishing to address the township board for the town meeting? Seeing none, we would go on to our assessors. Our assessor, I looked the wrong way, our assessor.
The only thing I had tonight is I would ask the board's approval of our educational conference for hotel rooms. Since they changed how our per diems go, we need to get our hotel rooms paid ahead of time. It's from March 19th to March 22nd, so it'll be 4 nights for 5 girls.
That's in Bloomington. I would entertain a motion for that.
So move.
I have a motion by John Batsich,
I'll second.
second by Barbara Boyce. Are there any questions? All that, we're doing this now, and I believe this is the right procedure. Now we have to approve it. All right,
And that's all I have.
roll call.
Lewandowski.
Yes.
Badisich.
Yes.
Alberico.
Yes.
Boyce.
Yes.
Morelli.
Yes.
All right. Nothing else, you're done?
That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Moving on to the clerk's report.
Okay, Ron.
Denise.
Thank you. I have a couple things. The Baby Wellness Youth Clinic from newborn to 18 years old is Thursday, February 23rd at Advanced Pediatric Care. Please call the clerk's office to schedule an appointment. It will be from 9 to noon on that day. They do wellness checks in school and sports physicals. So if that pertains to anybody, it is free. So we all hope that you take advantage of that. Early voting that's coming up for April 4th, consolidated election. So early voting will take place March 20th through April 3rd at our new location on Farrell Road. Office hours will be 9 to 4 Monday through Friday, so we will be open all week from 9 to 4. 2 Saturdays, March 25th, 9 to noon, April 1st, 9 to noon. There also is vote by mail, so they're making it very easy for anybody who can vote in the comfort of your own home. If you need a absentee or vote by mail ballot, please call us. That does come from the county clerk, Nancy Schultz-Booth's office. We hope that everybody's registered to vote. This is an important election like all elections. I think I mentioned it last time. These are all your taxing bodies that you're voting for on April 4th. So please exercise your right to vote. And then the next thing I have is our annual town meeting. So that is going to take place April 11th at 6:30, and it will be at our new building, 1463 South Farrell, as Ron has mentioned our address many times. So in order to be on the agenda for the annual town meeting, the electors have to have their request into the clerk's office by March 1st. So 15 days before the annual town meeting, the township board adopts an agenda for the annual town meeting. Any 15 or more registered voters in the township may request an agenda item for consideration by the electors at the annual town meeting by giving written notice of a specific request to the township clerk no later than March 1st, prior to the annual meeting. The agenda is published and approved by the township board shall include any such request made by the voter if the request is relevant to the powers granted to electors under the township code. And what that means is, and there's about 35 of them, I could never list them all. So if you want to know what is on that, please call the office, what the electors are granted to do at the annual town meeting. We'd be more than happy to help you with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I did receive 2 quotes to digitize records in the clerk's office. And I was going to talk to the board of trustees at our next budget meeting to see if that is cost effective for us to do that. You know, one of them is pretty pricey, so I just wanted to bring that up for discussion later. And then also, with that being said, the Local Records Act, we've been working with the state of Illinois, and we do dispose of records on an annual basis. Right now, the clerk's office is up to date with all the records that need to be disposed of, and we've been getting a program together to put it. It's not online, but it will be something that we can work with the state for the disposal of records. So we've been working with the state for about 6 months now on setting up that program. I think that is probably all that I have. I did have one thing that I wanted to run across the board that I thought was a really nice idea, is that if we could get a Veterans Memorial page on our website and just kind of have just because we had that flag ceremony that was so nice and we had the POWs there, I thought, you know, how nice it is to recognize those people.
You get the POW.
I mean, I meant the POW flag.
Yeah.
I meant the POW flag, yeah, sorry.
I did know.
Thank you. That they should be recognized. And I know a lot of other townships do memorial pages, and I don't know, you know, maybe that's something Ron and I and Debbie can work on, getting that up. And maybe even a scholarship, Ron. I mean, I know it's time for scholarships now for, I know they have veteran scholarships out there too. So just some ideas that, you know, we could bring up at workshops, but I thought I'd just bring it up now. used to.
The veteran scholarship might be a good idea, we have to be separate in
Yes, separate from
the
the,
program that we have
yes.
put in line item with.
yes. So I just wanted to bring that up because I know it's budget time coming up pretty soon.
All right.
That's all, thank you so much.
I have a quick question. Denise, on the digitizing records that you
Yes.
talked to the state, someone told me that the state will do it for nothing. I don't know if that's true.
That's absolutely not true.
Okay.
So here's with that, John. So that you can imagine that every government body in the state of Illinois,
Sure.
if the state was to go in and set up databases, they're not in the business to do that. The state, they have the Local Records Act, which, everybody has to comply with.
Sure.
But they may make suggestions, but when you talk about the state coming in and,
It's just something that I heard.
Yeah.
I just was going to run it by you. If you could save money, you can save
I
money.
wish.
You know?
and I'm not even sure how cost effective, when you talk about a database, what are you really talking about? Every record in the township, and I have talked to our accountant, Dave Meyer, and we do have to have a hard copy of every invoice for accounting purposes. So we could put invoices through a system and they could be online, but we still have to have a hard copy. And the same goes with the minutes. I mean, all of our minutes are online and the agendas are, but we still have to have a hard copy of the minutes. And that's why we have a safe, and I think everybody understands all of that, how vital those records are in keeping, so.
Very good.
Okay?
All right. Thank you, Denise. Any trustees' comments or suggestions tonight? Hearing none, we'll go on to, I do still have Central Square on this report, only because we still haven't had our last meeting as far as tying up the last bills that were coming in the month of December.
Is this it?
What's that?
Is this the last meeting?
This will be the last meeting here, yes. But, whatever bills came in that were due before December 31st, we haven't had a meeting to approve those bills yet. I don't suspect there'll be very many, but we will have one last meeting just to pay the bills for the month of December. The other thing, they are planning cruise night again here this summer, and we will partner up with the city and the park district on that again. Other than that, I have nothing else in Central Square. We'll be moving on to the new business. Everybody in their, should have received in your packet a print of the plaque that I would like to put in our building on the wall. And we're talking about it being, as you enter the building, it would be on the right side of the doorway on the north wall. Pretty much just says who was in office at the time when this building was put together. I wanted to make sure everybody agreed with it before I order it. Make sure you're spelling your name is right. And if there's anything you want to include or exclude. I did have a suggestion. I just put this together and I apologize, but I didn't include our attorney. So I would, if you guys would like to have the attorney that represented this township when we bought this building and did all the work, I would also include that.
He's represented the township for the last 27 years, and we thank you.
And I do apologize for not thinking of that, and I will, if you guys feel that you want it on there, I will put that on there also. Everybody feel?
I was also thinking, I know at the dedication, you brought up some names of some previous office holders who were, saw the vision of moving into a new building. And I just wonder if there's, years ago, allegedly there was a building fund started, which, started this whole process. And I mean, those people, I don't know, the way to put a little.
And I agree with you. My thought, and I don't mean to cut you off, but my thought is, when I was with the library, when they did the 3 new libraries, they did include another, it wasn't a bronze plaque or a thing, but they did put another permanent sign in there saying who helped all the way down the line.
A dedication.
A dedication.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to do too.
Oh, okay, that would be nice, yeah.
I think that'd be too busy and too much on
I mean,
this one.
If we did a separate plan with all past elected township officials from as far back as we can.
No.
Oh, no, that'd be-
No. What I'm saying is, why can't we have that separate? Even though it's not to that building itself, somewhere where in this township of Lockport, these people from when we started, represented Lockport.
Good.
It doesn't have to be so much geared to, it almost knocks out two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
It shows,
We have,
what they're.
we have plenty of wall space. And then, yeah, somebody wants to help me compile the names, yeah.
Because it might be hard to do who really was involved in this process when this started, 10 years ago, but it's got to be some type of records of who were our elected officials. over
We
the
do,
years.
so we have most of the records. I mean, I can find out anything we need to find out through the clerk's office, but I think I do have a running list of pretty much everybody that's been in office.
Maybe start with this, and maybe that's something we could do in the future.
Yeah, this is one I'd like to put on the wall, as this is the beginning of the building, and this is the beginning of this new chapter in this township, so I'd like to put that on there. And I will redesign it with Gary's name also. But Gary, I will have to send you proof that, to make sure I spell it right. I don't want to misspell it, and I want you to sign off on it. Just like I want you guys to look at your names. I'm not taking the blame if I spelled it wrong. All right, next, budget. We're talking about the workshops and budget workshops. We are going to have a budget workshop on February 16th, 2017 at 6:30. I believe you have a memo. It's just like every year. We'll start out with the trustees at 6:30, assessor at 7, highway commissioner at 7:15, clerks at 7:30, and supervisors at 8. It will be at at the new building, again in the multi-purpose room, room 127, 1463 South Farrell Road. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that meeting, again 6:30. I do need approval tonight to discard some of the old furniture that we brought over to the new building from this building. Some of the old cabinets that, once we got them there, they were so bent and out of shape, and some desks that we don't need no more, but they were bought by township funds and taxpayers' money, so I do need approval from this board to discard them. So I
Does
would
it
ask,
have to be surplus, declare surplus?
yeah,
Declare surplus first and then you can discard that. Or so.
And surplus for how long? Or just declare it surplus,
Yeah,
and
just
just sell it?
Correct.
so I would make them, I would ask for a motion.
So,
A motion by Dan Batsich,
Second.
second by Barbara Boyce. I'll take a roll call. I don't think it involves money, but
Lewandowski.
Yes.
Coniston.
yes.
Alberico.
yes.
Boyce.
Yes.
Morella.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Okay, budget workshop. Okay, I just wanted to mention, I am going to be attending a meeting here next week on Bruce Road corridor, the Peyton Farm Road, Bruce Road corridor. It's being talked about. There's some issues that Homer, Glen, and Homer Township and the city of Lockport have. And there's some issues in the Fairmont area that incorporates Lockport Township. So the three entities, four entities that get together and talk about it and see, see if we're all on the same page with everybody's feeling. So that's coming up. In old business, I just wanted to bring up a couple of things really quick. We did have our ribbon cutting on January 18th at the new building. I think it came out relatively good. We had over 100 people there. We did the ribbon cutting, which was a very nice ceremony. We also had raising all the flags. For the first time, we put 3 new flag poles in front of our building. And we did have a flag that was donated to us by our federal representative, Dan Rapinski, that flew over the Capitol in Washington. We did have a flag donated to us by our state rep, Senator Pat McGuire for the state flag. We did have a flag donated to us from our county seat. Larry Walsh was there to present that. And we did have Veterans of the Foreign War, VFW, host come out and present us with a POW flag, which I was very honored to get. And we did have the VFW veterans raise the flag for the first time. It was a very nice ceremony out in the yard. We did have some people who didn't agree with the building out there. That's their prerogative and their opinion, and I respect that. But they did respect the flag raising, and I do appreciate that. But other than that, it was a beautiful day, beautiful ribbon cutting, and I'm looking forward to all the positive things that we're going to be able to do in our new building. Other than that, we are trying to get our newsletter out for the spring. It's coming up faster than we like. And I'm going to try to get that newsletter out the first full week of March, which will be between about the 6th and the 10th. So we're trying to get that all finalized this week, and it'll be going to press next week and printed and going out in March. So expect it in your mailboxes the first week of March.
Ron, I'm sorry. At one point you talked about checking with the city and the park district about the various pictures that are out here and framed, and whether we would be able to have some of those for the new building.
You know what? I didn't talk to them. I'll be honest with you. It did slip my mind. I believe that's all the cities put those up. I think originally.
Even historical.
Historical.
That's why I didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it's historical.
And the Historical Society is downstairs in this building on the first floor. I would like to talk to them about putting some pictures. I would also like to talk to, but again, we're just into the building. It's a lot of things. I got all kinds of ideas, but I'd like to start a thing with the school, the high schools, art departments, putting up their pictures in their building on a rotating quarterly basis or something to that effect, to show the talent of our youth in the area. That's another idea I'd like to do. We have a lot of wall space, like I said, so I'm looking forward to a lot of good ideas like that. Any other questions anybody has tonight for me or for anybody else? Hearing none, I don't believe, I did want to bring up in meetings, I'm sorry, I almost forgot this. We did have a letter. I did put it in everybody's packet from Will County. This notice hereby is given that GLQ Investment Corp. Filed the attached zoning application with the Will County Land Use Department for a property located at 2842 South State Street, Lockport, Illinois. And it identified by their PIN number. It's real long. Anyway, the requests for action are as follows. It's a special use permit for a trucking terminal. To allow the continued use of the property as a truck terminal. It's on 171. I do have kind of a layout here of what the property. Did you get this? I believe you. Did you get this?
Did you want me to pass this down?
I don't know if they want to look at it, but anyway, there is going to be a public hearing.
Tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, okay, yeah. Notice is further given, the Will County Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing regarding this matter on February 2nd at 6:30 in the Will County Office Building located at 302 North Chicago Street, Joliet, Illinois. You may appear at that time and date if you so desire, either in person or by agent or attorney, in opposition or in support of the enclosed application. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone's aware that there is a public hearing tomorrow on that.
Ron, you know, I mean, I just got this today, so that address, maybe John knows.
This will be us.
Oh,
Yeah. He's right next door to us.
Oh, okay.
What the guy did was he's renting out the buildings, and he's renting out spaces for semis to park. So it's not like a truck terminal, like they're hauling goods in and out. I don't know if they're, they're loaded or not. I don't know what the deal is. I just know that it's more of a parking lot for,
That's down by you.
it's right next door. Yeah.
I have no opposition to it, but I just think I should read that in a meeting. I have nothing else tonight. Unless anybody else has anything else, I'm asking for an adjournment.
So,
Somebody still-
I'm sorry. You take that back? I would ask for a recess.
so move again.
Get into our new building. I have a motion by John Hodisich. Second by Barbara Boyce. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. This meeting is recessed. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming out.